So there's a lot that a lot of people don't know about the screen life genre. And one of those things is how complicated the editing process is of it. Now, a traditional film, you shoot everything and you edit. Not with screen life. With the screen life genre, you actually edit up to 70% of the film, maybe even more, before you even start shooting. Now you're thinking, how the hell does that work? Well, I'll tell you. The problem with screen life is that everything happens on a screen. It's texts, calls, website visits, social media, all that kind of thing. And so you want to do previs for the process as much as possible before shooting to save time and to save money. And so you block it all out. You take super low res screenshots and funky ass color mattes and solids to tell the story before you properly tell the story. Later, you'll populate it with high quality UI, but that's not where we are right now. And I'm using what I'm doing as an example of the early editing phase, because I am doing the early rough previs for my first feature film, which just so happens to be in the screen life genre, and I am learning a lot. Admittedly, I did chat a little bit with ChatGPT to see what type of systems one can figure out to approach the editing and make it as efficient as possible. And one of the things it suggested is just put text on screen explaining the actions and kind of clarifying what would be happening, and you just read along for an hour and a half. And I tried this for like all of an hour, got really bored really quick, and just couldn't feel the story being visualized in that way. So I decided to do something not much better, but just start with a super basic blocking out of the film with random ass pictures and terrible looking WhatsApp interfaces, just to get a better feel for the story as I'm editing it along. And then in this way, I can set the pace, I can decide what assets we'll use later, and it just saves so much time for what needs to be done later. Because this editing process is so dynamic, if you actually do the work beforehand, you save yourself so much time, money, and most of all, you give yourself so much more creative opportunity by blocking out everything early. The plan is later down the line to get like my sister and my friend to do a lot of the on-screen capture for the previous process and helping me make certain decisions on what we need to shoot and what we don't need to shoot. So very interesting journey, very early in on the process. I will be mostly covering anything related to my journey into the screen life format and just screen life things in general. So if that at all fascinates you, follow along and we'll be going on this journey together and learning as we go. Awesome. See you around.